Matthew Ward via Susan Ward, March 6, 2017. Homepage, www.matthewbooks.com. With loving greetings from all souls at this station, this is Matthew. Everything in your world is heralding the changing of the guard, so to say. Overtly and covertly, action on many fronts is moving apace to free Earth from the elements that have kept her civilization in bondage for millennia. And, as vibrations rise, the polarization of philosophies and ideologies will thaw just as ice in the polar regions is, and eventually there will be unity of spirit worldwide. The destiny of Earth's peoples is to live freely, peacefully, prosperously and joyously in harmony with nature, and we honor all souls who left their homelands to help the society create in linear time Earth's golden age, the glorious world that is grandly flourishing in the continuum. During the past months we have addressed your interest in global happenings and did so gladly, but we have neglected somewhat our message's primary purpose, to offer illumination and guidance pertinent to your evolutionary journey. Numerous emails sent to my mother include questions and comments that indicate misperceptions about ascension, a matter that is confusing to souls who are just awakening and perhaps also to some who are familiar with spiritual information. Ascension needs to be correctly understood, and in replying to all who wrote, we start with this recent email. An acquaintance told me she read channeled messages stating that the ascension event is going to happen soon. Why isn't Matthew telling us about this and how to prepare for it? We don't know what event other sources are referring to, so we shall tell you about ascension from our vantage point. First, there are two types, planetary and personal, and we begin with the former. About 80 years ago when Gaia, the soul that embodied as the planet now called Earth, cried out for help, the infusion of light from powerful civilizations that stabilized the severely weakened planet and prevented its flying into space and certain destruction also enabled it to jar loose from deep third density and start gradually rising. That was the beginning of planetary ascension location-wise. Let us digress a moment to mention something that could be one point of confusion. Since both dimension and density are used in the context of ascension, it could be thought that they are different phases or aspects of this process instead of terms that have been used interchangeably. We add that density is the more scientifically accurate term because ascension is about energy, which cannot be measured in ways that are used to produce the dimensions of something, say a box or a plot of land. Now then, Earth crossed the threshold of fourth density in December 2012 and will continue ascending until she is well within upper fifth density, where she originated. However, during the eons that the planet was spiraling downward into the depths of third density and was stuck there, Gaia remained at fifth density in soul evolvement status. This brings us to personal ascension, a soul's growth in spiritual and conscious awareness, or evolvement. This, too, is a process, not an event that would affect all peoples similarly and simultaneously. It is so that the energy surges Earth encounters are propitious events from which her humankind could benefit. But those strong bursts of energy intensify all characteristics and behavior, and while all individuals are reacting in accordance with their positive or negative basic inclinations, the planet continues its steady ascent into higher astral planes. As to when personal ascension started, the massive light that saved Earth's life about 8 decades past was available to all her residents, so you could say that it began back then this time around for people who were receptive to the light. We say this time around because ascension, evolvement, advancement, is the goal of every soul in every lifetime. Each soul has its unique frequency, or energy streamer, that is steered by its attachments, the person's thoughts, feelings and free will actions, into the many stages of growth within each density. Let me change many stages to unlimited. Souls can regress during a great number of third density lifetimes, and because they have all the opportunities they need to get back on track, by comparison other souls virtually dash from third density to fourth. It is possible that the major cause of confusion about ascension is numbers. This universe doesn't have number densities and neither do souls. We use numbers only to indicate Earth's position or progress location-wise and to show evolutionary status or advancement of her humankind, and numbers of the latter can differ markedly while Earth's location number remains the same. The reality is, this universe is pure energy flowing with no demarcations between a lower density's last streamers and the first of the next higher density, but rather there is a blending of the streamers because their vibratory rates are so similar. That is why you saw no dramatic changes on December 21, 2012, or in the days and weeks that followed, even though Earth had started orbiting in the lowest plane of fourth density. And regardless of where the planet is, personal ascension can occur. Even during the long ages that Earth was mired in the depths of third density, some souls, God's special messengers, other emissaries and visionaries, ascended during their light-filled lifetimes. So then, how do you prepare for ascension? It is as simple as living in godly ways, or, as God said, be kind. How many more years will it take Earth to reach her destination? If there is a definitive answer, we don't know it. You will sense time passing faster and faster as the planet enters lighter, then still lighter energy planes, and at some point you will realize that you are in the timeless, distanceless continuum. In this moment, dear brothers and sisters, trying to imagine life where everything in universal existence is a series of simultaneous happenings is to invite frustration. At soul level you do know that life, and when you are out of time linearly speaking, you will rejoice in once again being fully conscious of living in the continuum. How long will it take us and Gaia to transition through the fourth dimension before we experience the fifth dimension? I found a book that did address this and gave 2032 as the date when we would begin to enter the fifth dimension. The soul Gaia never left fifth, only her planetary body did, and we can't say how long Earth will be transitioning through fourth because estimating in linear time what in the continuum is now can't be done with accuracy. And, there is that significant difference between planetary and personal ascension. Most light workers, whether they do or do not think of themselves as such, are in mid to high fourth density consciously and spiritually, and in some cases higher, the souls who came from the most advanced worlds to assist in the awakening of Earth's peoples. That doesn't give any of you volunteers immunity to the full range of human emotions, and episodes of sadness, disappointment, despair or other stressful feelings don't jeopardize your status. Persons who are able to temporarily rise above their own challenges and the world's tumultuousness briefly experience fifth density's bliss and the sensation of such lightness that there is no awareness of being in a dense body. As for the date 2032, we would not venture to specify a calendar year in connection with any stage of Earth's journey, or yours, because of the aforementioned difficulty of putting varying planes of energy into a linear timeframe. How can I convince the religious fanatics in the family that Armageddon/apocalypse, end times is not what's ahead of us? I don't want them to be left out when ascension comes. We have spoken about the ascension process, so there's no need to revisit that, and our suggestion applies to all whose loved ones have closed their minds to anything that doesn't fit into their opinions about religion or any other belief system. Share your ideas and knowledge with persons who are interested, but please don't try to convince anyone who is not receptive to believe as you do. Every soul is entitled to move at a comfortable pace toward enlightenment, and if that isn't attained in this lifetime, it will be in another. No soul ever is left out, and differing convictions don't alter the love bonds that reunite souls. Mother, I see that the rest of the items on your long list pertain to personal ascension and several are similar. We'll respond to all without the need for you to type any, and we begin with the evolvement status of Earth's civilization. Those at the low end of the spectrum still are in deep third density, those at the high end are nearing the first energy streamers or fifth. The status of the great majority is mid to high third density or low fourth, far advanced from the comparatively few individuals who are stuck in the depths of third, and as vibrations keep rising, evolutionary progress will be swifter and more apparent in the populace. Ascension has nothing to do with physical longevity, it has everything to do with how closely a person's decisions and actions during the lifetime adhere to the soul contract. No, ascension doesn't require that the person is aware of it. Many millions are revolving without knowing that they are. If they don't associate their empathy, intuitive development, thoughtfulness and kindness with ascension while they are on earth, they will have full understanding once they are in nirvana. Ascension is during the physical lifetime, not something that comes in one fell swoop at the end. It is the same with regression, and although there is no such thing as deathbed conversion that saves one's soul, whatever a person does during the body's last days or hours gets credit insofar as entering the part of nirvana that corresponds to the energy of the person's entire lifetime. Transitioning to spirit life is not automatic ascension. Life in Earth's spirit world is like a physical lifetime in that free will reigns, and nirvana offers such a wide range of interesting activities and fascinating travel that some souls indulge in those pastimes and bypass the realm's splendid learning opportunities. There is no judgment whatsoever for choosing that kind of life. However, souls that make minimal effort to prepare for a subsequent incarnation don't have the ascension advantage in that lifetime as do those who prepare wisely. Ascension is not physically leaving Earth to live on a planet in a higher density, it is journeying with Earth for the lifespan chosen in the soul contract. It is a misconception that there are two Earths, the new one to which people ascend and live in love and peace while the people who don't make it remain on the old one amidst violence, corruption and greed. There is no completion time for ascension in the context of readers' questions, but in another context there is. You are not a person who has a soul, you are an immortal soul experiencing another lifetime in a body. Every embodiment, there can be many thousands, even millions in such a variety of forms, civilizations and worlds so different from what you know that you cannot imagine them, offers potential growth in spiritual and conscious awareness, the remembering of what is known at soul level. You are an energy aspect of the Supreme Being of this universe and inextricably connected with everything throughout this universe. When that is remembered in fullness, you understand that always you have been and evermore shall be an aspect of the mass consciousness that is the Supreme Being. But that is not your journey's end, the ultimate destination is your cosmic beginnings, the pure love light energy of Creator, the omniscient, omnipotent oneness of all. Beloved family, it may seem that rediscovering soul level knowingness and life itself become more complex and confusing as you evolve. It's the other way around, everything becomes simpler and clearer. The complexities and confusion are where you are, they are the creations of your thoughts, emotions and decisions. For now, let the unequaled power of love guide you joyously and confidently as you continue radiating your light to all of Earth. Love and peace. Suzanne Ward. Website: The Matthew Books.